I'm trying to get really detailed for y'all here because we're talking about food getting stuck in my teeth, and that's personal. Hello everyone, and welcome to this review and comparison video of the Showstopper shows, where I'm going to compare the brand new Butterfinger to the original or the last version of the Butterfinger. This is new and improved. This is the latest previous version. Popping up there on your screen, you can see both of the packages on top of the other. The one thing you'll notice about the new and improved recipe side is that it is a more of a glossy finish, whereas the other one is not. It feels like a newer paper, different kind of material made. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and flip those over. We're gonna look at the nutrition information. Also there on your screen, check it out. The biggest differences I noticed is in the improved recipe version, which is still on the bottom of your picture there. You have less sugar and you have a couple more grams of protein. So that's a big difference there. None of those are bad changes. Flip open the middle divider there where you can open the package too, and you can see the ingredients. I did notice it does not say ground roasted peanuts as your third ingredient. It does say just peanuts in that description. So that's something that's a little bit different. It doesn't mention having also the citric acid, the cornstarch, the other stuff to preserve freshness. So that is something else I did notice too, besides the peanuts part of it as well. And it does seem to have less ingredients in there, those weird names that I cannot pronounce at the end of the original version or the previous version. So let's open these up. Can I tell you something? I had actually fished through the box of this previous recipe version of the Butterfinger to get one that wasn't busted all the way through. This one feels more solid, like it's, I don't know, it's made better. I don't know what the difference is, but we're about to find out. I'm gonna go ahead and open both of them up. We're gonna lay them side by side. Y'all ready? This is the previous recipe, and I say that because I don't know how many changes it's been through. They didn't used to make a big deal about it. So I am putting the original or the previous recipe on the right side here facing you all, so it'll be your left, my right. But I don't know what this one looks like. Okay, this one's a little different to open. Improved recipe, y'all. Ooh, thanks to my mom, the Showstopper mom, for purchasing this candy bar for me. So got that one out there too. She was all excited. You gotta try this, you gotta try this. Mom doesn't call me Showstopper, in case y'all were wondering. She calls me Cy. My name is Josiah, and she calls me Cy. So I have them side by side. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Come on. Here, this is the improved recipe version, and this is the previous version. Which one do y'all like better, huh? Gotta tell you, this one looks a little bit better. This one looks a little like a thinner version of chocolate. Everything's more scrunched together. This looks more spread out and layered, and it even feels a little different. It feels like a different texture. Oh, I turned it on y'all. Previous recipe, new and improved. So that's what they look like. Exactly the same size for me as well. Butterfinger had to know, and the makers of Butterfinger had to know that, hey, all these immensely smart and superior YouTube food reviewers are gonna grab these candy bars and they're gonna break down everything about it and tell us if they're good. Tell us if they're sizzles or if they're fizzles. Improved recipe or previous version. They're gonna tell us, so we cannot change the size. We can't shrink the bar and change the flavor. We're gonna have to do that on the sly a little bit later down the road. So here's the next step. We're gonna cut it open. One, cut pretty easy there. There it is. Previous version. Cut about the same. Improved recipe. So for your eyes, ooh, I noticed one thing right away. This is the previous recipe, and it's more of an orange color. This one is more of a brown color. Previous version. Let me break that down for you. By the way, YouTube, I challenge you to find a better breakdown and review of these candy bars. Doing a comparison is one of the things I do the best. You gotta brag on yourself, right? Just a little bit. Original one, we all know, or I keep saying original, it's the previous version. I don't know how far back it goes. That one tastes just like it always has to me. And it always gets a little bit stuck in my teeth, but it still has a really good flavor. But then I grab a toothpick a few minutes later, picking out the pieces that got stuck in my teeth. And that, as soon as I bite into it, that's what it reminds me of. It's almost like an oily thing to it. This was a little more powdery, a little more drier, and it had more of a peanutty flavor in the middle. Almost reminded me of one of those Nutty Buddy bars where you bite into it and it's got the layers of chocolate in there. Some people peel those apart, those wafers. Whereas in this one, I'm not doing that. At the same time, it's still got a really good peanut flavor, and it's a little drier, but it still has a good flavor. It does get stuck in my teeth, not as bad as the old one. It's not as sticky as the other one. It's a little drier. It's a little fluffier. One more bite of that improved recipe and see if I can tell you exactly what that reminds me of. Very powdery, very drier, but it doesn't taste like that Butterfinger, guys. It does not taste the same, but it also does not stick in my teeth as bad. It does a little bit, but not nearly as much. I'm trying to get really detailed for y'all here because we're talking about food getting stuck in my teeth, and that's personal. Let me go back to this one more time too. Previous version. Sweeter. That's still that's a completely different concoction to me. It's still got the same ideas where it's squished together, but it's not as dense, it's not as hard, and it's got it's more of an airy flavor. All right, so what do I rate these? Guys, which one am I leaning with? Which one is a sizzle? They're both really good. They're both a sizzle. I like this one and I like that one. I've grown up on that one. As far as I know, I don't know if they've changed it before and just didn't tell me, but I'm gonna lean towards the improved recipe. I think I like that better. I like the fact that it has less sugar and more protein, and is a lighter, fluffier version, and it looks like it's taken out a lot of the preservatives that don't need to be in there because it's a candy bar. It lasts long enough, and if it doesn't last longer, throw it out and get some new ones. So I'm gonna give this one, guys, a rating. Are you all ready for this? I'm gonna give that a 92, and I'm gonna give the previous version a 90. I'm leaning towards liking the improved recipe just a little bit more. Thanks for watching the Showstopper Shows. May the forks be with you. May his presence be with you always. Put a bow on this show, because that is a wrap. The show stops here. Never quit, y'all. Oh my goodness. Guys, new and improved Butterfingers. What could be better about doing a video on, right? I don't know. New water, improved water. Guys, maybe they could just improve water. I don't know. See what happens.